Like having a buffalo.
So this is a Charles Watrous half-scale model. It was built by Dave Carder down in Barnstaple in North Devon. It's modelled on the sole surviving engine that's in Australia, and as you see, it's an unusual layout. These were built in Canada from about 1870 to 1890, and they basically used a marine boiler, a workshop type, or what they call a light mill engine. Charles Watrous was an iron founder. He used to cast the chassis, so it was basically an early form of kit car. They were used principally for belt driving machinery in forestry or in rickyards, threshing drums, saw benches, that sort of thing. And the Fireproof Champion comes from the originals that had a rather ugly looking chimney arrangement rather than this European style, which had a water trough in it for catching sparks off the grate. There'd have been straw or wood burning originally, so you could operate them safely in a forestry without setting the place on fire. I bought this about 13 years ago. I'm the third owner. It was advertised on a National Traction Engine magazine, and I went and had a look at it and thought, yep, for the same money I could buy a 4-inch Foster. Everyone seemed to have one of those back then, so I thought I want something a bit different, and that's why I bought this. Unlike a traditional English engine, this uses a rotating valve controlled off a handle down here, and it's a finger and thumb touch. It's a much easier regulator than a traditional English engine. The only downside to it is to change gear you have to stop and get off the engine. There's a gearbox down there, and there's a clutch on the crankshaft, and that basically is the only transmission in it. It has 2 gears, slow and dead slow, possibly about 3-4 miles an hour in top gear, and it has a pop type valve, safety valve.
Bubble agricultural loco, built 1990 by a chap in Ireland. It got bought by someone else, I don't know when, but then it got sold to Berrybrook Steam, came to us in 2017. 2019 we had it out one day on the drive on one of our tubes. We dropped the tube, so it's been re-tubed since then, and it's just had a new smoke box on it. When you get the hang of it, it's easy, yeah. But to keep the steam in the water, it's still learning.
It's a 3-inch ploughing engine owned by Bob and Sue Bailey that live in this house here. They bought it in early 80s. It was built by Dave Benyon as a wedding present to his wife in 1973. but his wife didn't want the engine. Instead she wanted a kitchen, so they sold it to Sir and Bob Bailey and they've owned it ever since. But it's been sat in their living room for 40 years and came out last year, and then we've been using it in custodials of it for so long. It's a pleasure really, a bit of a docile giant, as it is a big 3-inch. It's a big 3-inch, it's not small, it's very big. It's been enjoyable, very enjoyable.